Avenue, they know what Tank's at. I got the that live in the mansion, they know what that. I got some that's up in the jungle, they know what that. I came on top of the building, yeah, my we had a plan. We came on top of the building, yeah, my we never ran. Down there, thought that I had a fan. Oh, hey, any 10 o'clock, got a flight out, yeah, I'm going back out to Japan. I got 2 Billy truck and a bitch door with a land. Bruce Wayne, I'm Batman. Batman, I'm best man. I got my best man. I go to hotels when I step out, yeah, your boy got a doorman. I go to nightclubs with a yeah, they call me the madman. I ain't no madman, I just go crazy, man. Ball hard, can't face, man. Choppers, replace land. This what happen when you give it a taste life and you give it a wasteland. This what happen when you give it a fake life and then the ape man. I live with birds come in. Sounds like I see it in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, from the back of the I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle shit. I live with birds come in. Sounds like I see it in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, from the back of the I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle shit.
I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. Chillin' like a boss with my feet up. Got a bag for him with a visa. Pulling up the know the leader. Getting out while I'm on the. She's a keeper. No play burritos. Get to the pesos with amigos. I cannot with no zeros. Don't you run out? No, I can't show you no love, baby. Yeah, I am a boss in the cut, Mayday. Bubbles and these models. It's popping, I tip her. I skip her, I give her the. Girl, you on my line right now. Yeah, I can see the signs right now. Feeling like a boss right now. Down. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. I feel like a boss right now, talk to the man right now. Oh yeah. Feel like the man right now, your girl on my line right now. Oh yeah. Shorty oughta been my meal, yeah. She love me in the gray sweatpants, you never left, yeah. Feeling like a boss, I done made it. Get so like a spaceship. I swear my life is amazing. Blowing money, no hesitation. Up, downs, no basic. I know these be hating, but that's what made me feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Richmond.
All day, every day, any day. 49 the right, watch 49.
Now a play fake here on first down. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there, but they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Here's Robinson. Spins away. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Jackson on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now a former New Mexico Lobo, it's Jarrell Presley. And he powers his way up past the 30. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Third down, Jackson. Flushed out right. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play, so it might as well have not even had the penalty.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Dancing to his left. Now he'll turn and throw, and that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. Hauschka with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Twisting away. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Out of the gun, Watson. He's got him in, complete. And all the way down to the 26. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup, 42 yards. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On second down, here's Miller. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Well, that was excellent coverage right there, and he definitely did the right thing, showing that discretion is definitely the better part of valor. Throw it away, preserve the opportunity to kick for a field goal.
And excellent coverage. And right now the human is controlling the defense, so good job, human. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And now out come the Bills. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. He got 29 yards that time. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. They'll run. It's Presley. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, a 22. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Leopard, Leopard. Back 99 Philly, here we go.
On the run, this is Presley. And he's brought down. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air.
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Robert Foster, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are in for 6. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Hauschka adds the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Come back, come back. Hey.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. And that is incomplete here.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Watson, he's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on 3rd down.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Detroit! Gone!
Jackson on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
On the move to his left. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty. Now they'll run it on the toss. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Texans scoop it. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Here's Watson now on second down. And this is caught by Fells, right side. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Target.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Finding Fells complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open. He finds a way to pick up a first down.
A first down carry now for Miller. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout.
Green the line.
On second down, here's Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
You have to have guys who can limit the other team's number of plays run and possessions. And no better way than an interception. And what a great way to break into the league.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
They go play action with Jackson. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On second down, here's Jackson. He sets to fire deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one goes for 36 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Max Williams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills will extend their lead. And he's got it up and through. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
The final shot before the break. Watson. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with the clock at all zeros, they get the touchdown to make this just a one-score game into the lockers. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. Here's Robinson. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Here's Presley. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now Jackson on second down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Bills on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be third and a mile. Jackson from the shotgun. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight, He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Eddie Vanderdoes with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's second and 18. A shotgun snap for Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Texans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Here's Watson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Try to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And some room to roam now. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner, forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Throwing is Jackson. Flush to his right. This will be caught at about the 5. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They get it to him running left. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run again with Presley. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles and make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
They are going for it. Here's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Bills have recovered. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone,
he's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. The 4-time All-Pro, J.J. Watt. And it'll be a third and about 13. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And Hauschka's kick is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field. Definitely
a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now a first down throw, Watson. And incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Looking deep downfield. Hopkins. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans draw a bit closer. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Here's Robinson. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun, Jackson. Being chased out left. And it's a Bills touchdown. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Hauschka with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back. So
the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Come back!
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now Watson on 3rd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carter. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Down! Green,
Again, it's Watson. Throw left side, complete to QT. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. To the air yet again, Watson. He's going to air one out. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Here's Watson, and they're going to bring him down. Back across midfield at the 45. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They find some open field here. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Bills on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10.
Gone, gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Jackson. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch back.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 49. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. On 2nd down, Jackson steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson now. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th.
For plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped the pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
And was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's going to have to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And that will wind up just short. He had it online. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, he gets everything he could into this one. The trajectory's good. It's definitely online. It just needs a little more oomph behind it, and it'll wind up falling just shy of the crossbar.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT, his third touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. He completes it to Peak. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The Bills on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Jackson to throw. And he's got Peak. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Trying to lay one up deep. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Breanne Bonnie Calhoun. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
He's got his man complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one goes for 36 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear the Bills are going to win the football game.
Watch it now, Barney.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. Here's Jackson to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. In for the score. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Over the middle, complete. It's Hopkins. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Tenth carry now for Lamar Miller. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Bills, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
queen. Dagger.
Yeah. I never anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rats in the morning, I had me a by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning,